Hello and welcome to Soul Team Coaching for July 23rd, 2015. I'm Adrienne Elise. Well, we have some powerful energy going on here at this quarter moon because today we have had a huge shift of energy. We had all these planets in Cancer, and now all these planets have, we've had a shift with the Sun and Mercury into Leo. Now the Sun and Mercury are just today coming into an exact conjunction. And so what does that mean? What's going on here? We had all of these planets in the nurturing sign of Cancer, opposing Pluto, squaring Uranus, really triggering this whole generational astrology, 2012 generational astrology. And so now what we're dealing with is that basically all of these planets squared up with those planets then made a trine with Chiron. Now Chiron is a wounded healer, and that's a harmonious energy. So Chiron is, we're being asked to really let go of what's not serving us anymore. And because we've had these 2 years of Saturn and Scorpio, we are letting go of the past. And so what does that mean? What's going on exactly? This huge shift that's happened in the last couple of days has to do with these planets moving into Leo from Cancer. Now, Leo is about expression of the self. It's about self-confidence. It's about expression. It's about your identity and who you are. And so these planets moving into Leo, coming out of the water energy into the fire energy, is speaking of transformation. But the big thing we're feeling right now is that Venus is getting ready to turn retrograde for a 6-week retrograde cycle until September 7th. And so that's a really powerful energy. Venus retrograde is rethinking, rehashing, reliving, revisiting our love, what we really care about, our compassion, what really makes us feel okay in the world. And Venus retrograde can be a time, a very vulnerable time, and also a time when people from our past, relationships from our past, that can be intimate relationships, but also co-workers or bosses, family members, anything like this. A lot of painful relationship stuff or stuff that's not quite finished coming up to be resolved. Oftentimes you can, Venus retrograde is a time that you might meet up with your ex and examine moving forward again or not. And completing the issues. And so that's a lot of what's going on. But so Venus just moved into Virgo, but now it's heading back into Leo. So by the end of the month, we're going to have 6 planets in fire signs and a bunch of them in Leo together because Jupiter is still in Leo. And so fire is this transformation, expression. It's time to move. It's time to make it happen. But at the same time, we have a bunch of planets in retrograde. And when Venus joins all these planets in retrograde, they're mostly the big, large, slow-moving planets. It's going to feel a little bit sluggish, especially with Saturn still retrograde. Now, Saturn turns direct in the beginning of August, and so that's going to be a shift when we start feeling a little bit more forward motion. But when Venus and Saturn are both retrograde here for this next 2 weeks, it could feel a little sluggish or a little bit like, like, where am I going? What am I moving through? And what are the issues? It's core issues is coming up for everyone with that. All those planets are personal planets in the nurturing sign of Cancer, the vulnerable sign of emotional sign of Cancer, squaring up, opposing Pluto. That's about shattering, breaking down the structures of our life, and squaring with Uranus, which is the lightning fast change, the revolution in the sign of Aries, the child or the identity, the self. And so we're really being asked to smash ourselves down into nothing and rebuild into something new. And now that those planets have separated, Pluto and Uranus, out of their exact square, we're not feeling that tension anymore, but it is time to really move forward on what we learned and what's happened. At the same time, we had Saturn in Scorpio for the last few years as well. And Saturn moved into Sagittarius for the first part of this year and is now retrograde back into Scorpio and will be in Scorpio until September, but turns direct next month. But with all of this retrograde energy, just after these planets trigger this big Pluto-Uranus square, we have to look at some other key things, like all these planets then trining up with Saturn, trining up with Chiron, and then Saturn. So this is cool because Saturn is in retrograde, revisiting Scorpio, but with these planets trining them, that's harmonious. This is saying we can work this out. We can delve into the shadow. We can face this. We can be vulnerable and be okay with ourselves being vulnerable. We can go into the shadow and find what it is that's holding us back from that life that we truly desire. And so this is an important time, the most important time of this whole year, to really pay attention during this Venus retrograde, because we're having that shift in identity of the self, the breakdown, the identity of the self. And so this Venus in retrograde, going from Virgo back into Leo and then back into Virgo, it's going to be, it's about love and expression of love and what really makes us happy and how do we get there. And so it's just kind of like an opportunity to really go deep inside and make sure we're being really true to ourselves. Leo wants to express love, but the vulnerability of all that energy of those planets in Cancer and making all of those squares is kind of being like, what love do I want to express? What is love? We have to redefine love. We have to redefine expression, all of it, in order to really know what it is we're doing right now. And so we're wanting to express our love, but this is happening on an internal level with that retrograde. So the next 6 weeks are a great time for self-care, self-compassion, self-love, and really nurturing yourself through these changes. As you face these vulnerabilities, as you feel this kind of pause in the forward motion of your personal life, it's kind of like a reevaluation time on the level of what really makes you happy. So that's really a Venus retrograde. And of course, in relationships, that's going to be about examining the pain of past relationships, how to move forward in new relationships, and definitely revisiting past partners coming into our life. Now, the energy right now is so intense because the Sun and Mercury have just recently moved into Leo, and there they are together right at the beginning of Leo in an exact conjunction today. Now, Mercury is the planet of our knowing, our understanding, our belief system, like our frame of reference, what's going on, our analyzer. And so with the Sun there in Leo, just kind of making a statement together, our identity and our frame of reference are both in the place of expressing Venus coming back into Leo, expressing love, expressing self-love. So we continue with the themes of all that Cancer energy, but then take it to the next level of the self-nurturing into the self-love and expressing self-love. And we're still, again, like continuing to fertilize the ground underneath our feet, beginning to water and help the seeds to grow that have been planted over the last couple of years with that Cancer energy. And now this expression of love and being true to what we really need, being true to what we really want, and allowing ourselves to to have the strength. The Leo has a lot of energy of confidence and strength and power, and having that confidence and strength and power to stand up for what's right for us, for what really makes us happy, and for what in our life needs to change to be able to accommodate the truth of who we really are. It really all comes back to this revolution of the identity on the Aquarian age. With Mercury had that retrograde cycle in Aquarius this year, and it's been a continual progression of Mercury, our analytical part of us, understanding who we are as we move forward in the new world. We are getting massively activated right now. This is the Lionsgate portal coming up, meaning that it is the midpoint between the solstice and the equinox, and it is called the first of the Feast of First Fruits. And so indeed, it's when we're starting to harvest in the Northern Hemisphere and really opening ourselves up to the fullness of life, to the fullness of receiving, to the fullness of the sun, to the fullness of the heat of summer, the apex of summer. And so this is a really powerful time, even though these planets are retrograde and we're having a pause. The expression of the fire is there. And so it's kind of this transformative fire moved within. What needs to move within in these core issues to really let the life that you want come in, to really let this expression of the self of you, of what really matters to you, what really makes you happy, start to shine in your life. And so open yourself up to the blessings of this time of year, while at the same time being mindful of the vulnerabilities. The fire energy is transformative and fast, and so that is rolling, but then we have all those planets in retrograde kind of being like, I don't know, I don't know exactly what's going on here. I have to do some internal work before I can really move forward. And of course, then we'll start seeing that shift in the beginning of August when Saturn turns direct again and heads back into Leo. And so this is the energy of the time right now, super intense. Everyone's core issues are up on the table, but it's a beautiful thing because it's time to just finally really just wash away the most painful experiences of the past, as we have this beautiful trine with Saturn in Scorpio, our work duty energy of basically, or it's still in Saturn, it's still in Scorpio, it's still in it's still in, yes, in Scorpio. And so it's trining up and making this harmonious, that our work of the shadow can be harmonious, and we can face our shadow with confidence, with that Leo confidence, and understanding that it's getting closer to the life that we really want, to the expression of that true self. Leo really wants that expression of the unique and divine individual. And so then with all these trines to Chiron, then we have a harmonious support for the healing of past wounds. Chiron in Pisces, they're really activating the wounds of the past age, the treachery, the betrayal, the torture, the mistreatment, the genocide, all the most horrible things that humanity has done to each other. It's time to reconcile this, and how we do it is in our individual self. Individually, we say, stop the violence. I'm not going to play the power games anymore. I'm not going to be a part of this duality consciousness that's about having an enemy and fighting a battle. And it's like humanity is having an opportunity to move beyond these concepts and evolve into something beyond that. And so the stars are really lining up and asking us to let go of those painful pictures of the past, those painful stories of the past, to really heal and wash away and move into a new way of being in this world, as Venus goes into this retrograde cycle, asking us about what it means to express love. What does it mean to be love? What does it mean to embody love? And it's with this beautiful Aquarian age that we're moving into, we're having a major activation with all of this Leo energy, the Lionsgate portal, into that expression of the truth of humanity as a compassionate and most loving, beautiful species, and moving back into the truth of who we are, and letting go of all of the stories of pain and treachery and trauma over the past generations. And so let's go ahead and move into an activation, and we'll work on this washing away using that what was activated, the emotions activated in that Cancer, to be able to move into the transformative energy of the fire, and get into this place of tapping into that internal peace as we move into this time of active transformation with a lot of inner work demanded of us. And so let's just go ahead and allow yourself to come into this moment. Just taking a few deep breaths, arriving here. Just feeling this massive shift energy of these planets moving into Leo, Venus ready to go retrograde, all these planets in retrograde, while we have this fiery activation. Fiery activation centered around our examination of what really makes us happy. Leo wants us to express the truth of who we are, and Venus wants us to love the truth of who we really are, especially in retrograde as we turn that love inside. So we'll just do a little Leo self-love activation. As you can go ahead and just take a few deep breaths and allow yourself to arrive here in this energy. In this moment, at this first quarter moon, so just feeling yourself arrive, and let yourself speak to Mother Earth. Just feeling yourself coming into resonant frequency with Mother Earth, Gaia, underneath you, just like a magnetic pull, grounding you, holding you, loving you. Feel yourself being received by Mother Earth, Gaia. Just to feel your spine as this polarity, parallel with the pole of Mother Earth. Just imagine you're just subtly feeling the spin of Mother Earth as you come into alignment. You are one with the cosmos. And today we're just going to tap into the collective energy of transformation that is coming to the planet in these next few weeks. Inner transformation on the deepest core level is available. Just breathe into that and receive an energy wave for inner transformation. And just feel the top of your head coming into alignment with that polarity. Just reaching up with your chin down. Feeling your whole spine come into the spin ratio of Mother Earth. Mother Earth has an electromagnetic field, just like we each have electromagnetic field around our body. So we're just going to pay attention to our electromagnetic field. It comes out from our heart 50 feet around us. And just imagine that you can join your electromagnetic field with the electromagnetic field of Mother Earth. You're joining now. Just coming into magnetic resonant frequency with Mother Earth, Gaia. And just taking a few deep breaths, feeling your heart expand at this notion of being one with Mother Earth again. Absolutely held and cared for. Just feel yourself coming into deep peace, into still point, deep relaxation at the center of this magnetic field. Just moving deeper and deeper into the center, into the heart. Feeling cosmic rays above you being received by your crown. Breathing through the tube that is around your spine. This cosmic light and air and love from both above and below, Mother and Father, Mother Earth, Father, Son, breathing that harmonious union into your heart. Feeling those beautiful energies spinning around each other in a sacred marriage. And just paying attention to the base of your spine, rooted into Mother Earth and activating into its most optimal spin ratio. Feel the fire of the root chakra. The fire of the second chakra. And the fire of the belly, the third chakra. Just seeing a big ball of golden light, powerful energy of chi circulating there in your whole abdominal region, including the fire of the first three chakras. As you feel yourself in deep connection with Mother Earth Gaia in this moment, breathing into the fire of your belly, breathing into that chi ball. Just imagine this chi ball with an exhale sits down at the base of your spine, kissing Mother Earth. And as you inhale, you can bring this chi ball up into your belly, up into your heart, and exhaling it back down into your root. Inhaling this fire up into your heart, to your throat, and exhaling back down into the root. And inhaling up into the belly, the heart, the throat, the head, the crown, and out all around your aura. Just breathing with this beautiful chi as you feel your body spin and move whichever direction, in whatever way. The spinning chi ball. Your whole field is activated into this golden light for inner transformation, aligning with the transformative fire energies of the stars. Most in retrograde, taking it inner transformation deep on the inner planes. And what is one aspect of your life that has been coming up lately, perhaps again and again, that you would like to transform? This is a situation or an aspect of yourself or a core issue or a relationship. Just what comes to mind, something you'd like to transform? Go ahead and imagine holding that issue or situation or relationship in a bubble and breathing into it your chi, bringing the light of awareness, and let it just get big and expand with each breath as you bring so much light and awareness into an energy flow into the situation, that it gets so light it turns into like a helium balloon, and let this float off into the universe. Your wish and manifestation of transformation of this issue or situation. And feel yourself release the worry of that situation, allowing the universal energies to do their work. Feeling lighter in your being as you continue to move your chi ball throughout your whole energy field. You are one big golden light. Imagining the chi balls of other aware beings and animals on the planet, these golden lights. Just see yourself, the earth from a distance, as a golden ball of light. These lights are so strong and so powerful that they can take over the whole earth and make the whole earth into golden light. Just imagine breathing air, light, and prana into yourself and the earth. Breathing with the earth, feeding the chi ball of the earth with all of the other ones who are loving the mother in this moment. Feel yourself in ecstatic union with Mother Earth and Father Sun. Just breathing air, light, and prana from above and below through your breathing tube into your heart, swirling around. As you enter into the chamber of the heart, just feel yourself pulled into the magnetic conveyor belt energy into your physical heart. Traveling along deep into the tiniest spaces of the heart. Deep into the most still point you can imagine. Continuing on and on until you find yourself back in the center of your head, your heart and your head connected, and see that you can see out of your third eye with your eyes closed. Just imagine you can see like a spotlight out in front of you. And just follow that spotlight, breathing into your heart. What is one thing that really makes you happy and feel good? And how do you bring that into your life? And look with your forward vision through your third eye and see what you see. What is your very next step in bringing in what you really love into your life? Feel and know the feeling of a life lived from this place. What you really, really love. Expressed every day in your life. Just feel into that. Let your whole being come into that resonant frequency with that golden ball of light that you are. And just breathing into that golden ball of light, looking out that third eye, perhaps seeing geometry or spiral or anything just pulling you out of that third eye. Imagine you're just moving your whole being out that third eye, the portal of the third eye, and just follow that out. Breathing air, light, and prana into your field, inviting activation of the most optimal spin ratio of all of your chakras and your Merkaba energy field. And just breathe into that. Feel peace and activation. And remember that you can attain this level of peace at any time. You come back and find this peace again. The most valuable asset for these next few weeks as we go into the shadow of Venus, where we will find ourselves fed by self-compassion and self-love. And expressing a new way of loving ourselves. And therefore a new way of loving others. So when you're ready, just begin your journey back home into your body, into your awareness, bringing with you this peace, this still point, this ultimate knowing of who you really are. Just go ahead and bring that home with you, taking your time as you just move into your body, closer into the room that you're in. Just bring your awareness home. Just taking your time, floating, bringing the peace with you. Cell by cell by cell, your body resetting to that still point so that you can access it easier each time. So just making your way back into your body, into your awareness, feeling yourself arrive in your room, in your space, wiggling your fingers and toes, moving around, just slowly but surely as you're ready, coming back into your awareness. Well, thanks for journeying with me for that quarter moon activation. We're really feeling all the culminating of the last few years really coming up. And so this fire energy is going to help us move through that muck and take it to the next level. So I hope you can join me for the full moon call that will be happening on July 30th. And until then, I hope you have a wonderful journey and a peaceful and harmonious transition through this next most potent and powerful inward journey of transformation. So blessings to you, best to you on your journey. And I look forward to seeing you next time on Soul Team Coaching. Thanks for joining me. I'm Adrienne Elise. Bye for now.